Yes. Good afternoon, class. Today we will discuss a new machine, that is Turing machine, or you can say new automata, that is Turing machine. So before going to start a Turing machine, just I would like to discuss the points that we have to cover under this section of Turing machine. So we will start with the basic model of Turing machine and the representation of Turing machine. And after that, we will discuss different state diagram. How can we represent the execution of Turing machine through a diagram? Then we will discuss different variants of Turing machine and their equivalence. Then after that, we will construct different types of different Turing machine for different types of integer function. Right. So these are the basic outlines, you can say, that we have to cover in under the banner of Turing machine. And Alan Turing is called the father of Turing machine. He proposed this model in 1936 and 1937. So he is the person, Alan Turing, who proposed the Turing machine. So before going to start the Turing machine, I would like to discuss basic models of automation, that is the finite automata and the PDA, because these are two models that we have studied very well. These are two models, or these are two automatas that we have studies. So how can we represent the fine model of finite automata? Just see here. If we talk about the finite automata, that means the model diagram can be represented in this way, that this is the tape, and the whole tape is divided into equal size of block, and these blocks are called basically cells, and there is a head, and there is a finite control. Head can only read the symbol, read the input from the input tape. At a time, it can read one cell, and the head can only read, and after that, the head will move on the right direction. So in case of finite automata, we assume that head can move only the right direction, means head is restricted to move in the left direction, right? So this is the simple model of finite automata. If now I talk about the another automation or another machine, that is push down automata, then in this case, this architecture is same. Along with additionally, you can find here the stack. So this is the stack. You can use this area to store any number, any alphabet, whatever. And initially, Z naught is the initial symbol that will be present in the stack. So this is again a head, and this head can read as well as write into the stack. So whenever you perform the operation or the transition through the PDA, then we know that how can we perform. In this case, you are in any state, and you must read a symbol from the input tape, and simultaneously at the same time, another head will pop out a symbol from the stack that will be represented by the tau sign. And after the transition, you know that we reach to a new state, and then we will we will push any number of symbols into the stack. So this is the simple transition function for push down automata, and this is the model diagram of push down automata. So simply, now we are switching from PDA to Turing machine. So now we will study the difference between PDA and Turing machine, and PDA, Turing machine and finite automata. So now the Turing machine, the model of Turing machine can be considered as, just see here, sorry, you can consider this diagram. Simply, this is the simple diagram that consists of a tape. The whole tape is divided into equal size of block, but the length of the tape is infinite. Okay, clear? And this whole tape is divided into equal size of block, that is called cell. There is a head that can read or that can write into the tape. Here the capability of head is read and write. Means the head is able to read as well as to write on the tape. Another point is this is the finite control, and after transition head can move left or as well as right. Means head has the capacity to read from the tape, to write to on the tape, and head can move left, head can move right. So this is the simple model diagram of Turing machine. And Turing machine is called the most powerful machine because it accept type 0 grammar, right? As we already know that finite automata accept type 3 grammar, PDA accept type 2 grammar, and Turing machine accept type 0 grammar. So as per the Chomsky normal form, type 0 grammar is all the grammar that we consider are type 0 grammar. That means the grammar without any restriction is type 0 grammar. So this Turing machine is a machine that will accept all type of the grammar. That's why it is called most it is called uh, क्या कह सकते हो आप इसको most powerful machine. Okay, so now how can we represent mathematically? Just see here. When we talk about the finite automata, then finite automata is represented by using 5 tuples, right? If we talk about PDA, then PDA will be represented by 7 tuple. Now, how can we represent a Turing machine mathematically? Just see here. So here you can see that Turing machine can be represented with the help of the 7 tuple, just similar as the PDA. But the difference is in architecture. Just see how. In this case, the tuples are Q, sigma, delta, Q naught, F. These 5 tuples are common or same as finite automata. Now, 2 more tuples are, first one is the tau and another one is the B, that is blank, right? So it means that as you see here in this model diagram, that this x1, x2, x3 are the tape symbols, and this B is what? B is the blank. Blank indicate that after this particular input string, there is blank. Means your input is AND. Here your input is started from that point. So before the input string and after the input string, there will be blank. So blank क्या indicate करेगा? Blank will indicate you that after on this point your string is AND और इसके बाद हमारी string start हुई है. So this blank is the indication that your string ends, right? So now the purpose or the meaning of these two symbol is simple. Tau is the tape symbol. Means tau is what? Tau is anything else than you read from the input tape is called the tau. So now I can ask you one question. Then what is the difference between sigma and tau? So this is the important point. So here you should know that sigma is what? It is the input alphabet. Suppose I gave you a string AABB. So AABB is the tau, sorry, sigma. And after that, there will be blank. So this blank is called this is called, this is the part of tau, because this B blank is not the part of input alphabet. First thing. Another point, if you want to read this A and after reading this A, you want to write W in this place, right? So W actually is not the part of input string. You just rename or you just write W in place of A. So W is the tape symbol, not the input symbol. So anything else that is present on the input tape will be the part of tau. So you can see here, tau is the tape symbol. That means sigma is also the subset of tau, and anything else on the tape will be tau. But now the point is, what is sigma? So this summation is what? Summation is input alphabet or input symbol. Are you getting my point? For example, in this case, x1, x2, x3, x2, All these are the input alphabet. But if we talk about B, or if we write W in place of X2, then it will be the part of tau. Clear? Another one is transition function. Transition function show you the execution actually. So how can we perform the transition or in case of the Turing machine? So it is very important part, because whenever we want to design a Turing machine, then we have to require transitions, right? So transition function, how the transition function will work, just see here. If we talk about finite automata, or deterministic finite automata, then transition function will work as tau sigma to q, right? So it means that whenever you are in any state, you are getting any input, you can reach on any other state, right? So just this is the transition function for DFA. On the similar way, we can represent the transition function of Turing machine. So see here, in case of the Turing machine, you are in any state, that is Q. Now you are reading any symbol from the tape. So here you are not required to use sigma, right? Because sigma is the input alphabet. But here head can read any symbol, maybe the input symbol, or maybe the blank symbol, or maybe the another symbol that you written on the tape. So ultimately tau is what? Tau is the tape symbol. Anything written on the tape under the category of tau. So that's why we will write here tau. So the transition function for Turing machine can be Q tau, means just you are in any state, you are reading a symbol from the tape. That may be input symbol, or that may be any other symbol, right? After the transition, you reach to a state, and finally you must write anything on the tape. That again a tape symbol. So we must write it on tau. And important point here is, after that you must direct to the head about the direction also. Means after transition, you should ensure the direction of head. Either it should move to the left, or it should move to the right. So this is the transition function for a Turing machine. Are you getting this point? If you have any confusion, any doubt, then please let me know. So we have covered it now. This Q, finite set of states, sigma, finite set of input alphabet or input symbols. Tau is what? Tau is the set of tape symbols. Means all the symbols on the tape are under this tau. Another one is the delta, that is the transition function that map Q to tau, to Q into tau into L comma R. So what is this L comma R? It shows the direction of head. Clear? After that, Q0, Q0 is an initial state, as I already told you in case of deterministic finite automata. Next point is an important point, that is B. That is B means blank. So the B for blank symbol that are present on the input tape, and the blank symbol can be represented by other sign also, by hash sign or by this sign. So you can use any one of them, but we prefer this B sign that indicate that it is blank, right? And blank always belongs to the tau. I already told you. And but blank does not belongs to sigma, because sigma is the input alphabet. So blank symbol never be the part of input alphabet. Are you getting this point? And F is the final state, or you can say accepting state. So this is the simple representation through the tuples of Turing machine, and this is the simple representation or the model diagram of Turing machine. So if you have any doubt, any confusion, then please let me know. We will discuss another part, you can say the construction part, how it work easily after this computation. So if you have any doubt, please let me know. So at this point, I have covered basically 2 points. First one is the model diagram, and another one is the tuple, right? So tuples are 7, 5s are same as the previous one, and 2 are additionally used in compared to deterministic finite automata. So if we compare it, then we find that the transition function is having the different meanings and the working. You can see here, this is the capital Q is the you are in any state, you are getting any input from the tape side, then you can move on any state, and you are write anything onto the tape. So the important point is the writing capability, this one, and the movement capability of head. These are two basic capabilities additionally available in the Turing machine other than DFA, right? So means whenever you want to write the transition, then in this case you must mention that A, you are reading A, and after reading A, you are just writing B in place of A, and now head, the position of head is right. Means whenever you want to describe the execution of Turing machine, then you must write the all these three components. First one is the symbol you are reading from. Second one, the symbol you are writing on that place. And third point is the direction of head. After this transition, direction of head is left or right. So this is the basic entity that you should keep in mind at the time of constructing the Turing machine. Now, you can see here, this is the simple way to place the string or input into the input tape. So just see here, you are in current state is the initial state. Obviously, you are in state Q0, and A is the B. This is simply string, and that is placed on the input tape. After this string, this is the blank sign. Blank sign indicate that your string is end, right? So the important point here is the head cannot move to the left of this square. Means it means that if the initially your head initially your transition should not be in such a way that after reading this A, particular A, your transition should move to the should move to the left side. It is this type of transition is not permitted initially. Why it is not permitted? Because you are in the leftmost position here. If you execute this machine and you direct this machine to move the left side, so left side is not possible, because in this case you can find that there is no left side, there is no left symbol. ठीक है? तो इस केस में क्या होगा? After reading A, you must write the direction right. At least one transition. एक transition में right आइए, उसके बाद आप left जा सकते हो, फिर right जा सकते हो, कहीं भी move कर सकते हो. So simply this is the way to represent the direction for the Turing machine. And now simply just this is the simple way to represent the execution of the machine. Simple, suppose this is the position of head, your head is this position. So the head at each time step has three operations that I already told you. First one is read the symbol, right? Second one is write the symbol, and third one is the direction, that is move left or move right. Clear? It is clear? Suppose A is there, that means you are reading A. If you, after reading A, you want to convert it X cross, that is I already read it. So just write the symbol X in place of A. Just you are reading A, after reading A, you write it as a cross, that is X. After that, you decide that head should move on the right direction. So you should mention here right. If you read A, you want that I want to change it into Y, then just write Y. And you want that head should move on the left direction, then you can mark here left. If you read A, then if you want that A should not be changed, means A should remain as A, then you can write here A, just A and move to the direction right or left, whatever. So this is the simple way. This it consists three components or three parts. For each transition, you should mention all the components clearly. Now, see the real example. In this case, in the case of real example, you can see initially, this is the simple time 0, time 1 is initially your head is in the position of A. Suppose this is the simple real example that you can in which by which you can easily see the real execution of the Turing machine, how the Turing machine will execute. So just see here, your head is in the position of this one. That means your head is reading this particular input alphabet, that is A. Clear? So in this case, this is your head. It is reading A. Now you want to change this A into K. So how can we write? You are reading A. Now you want to write K in place of A, and then you move to left the head. Direction of head is left. So what will happen? Just read A, that is this one, write K and move left, because you have to explain the execution in three components. So these three components are in this way. The same thing can be represented in this way also, right? So how it will happen in case it will happen in actually. So see here, this A is converted into K. You can see here in this place, A is converted to K after the execution, right? And then direction of head is L. L means left. That means this head will move to the left direction. So head will read on B. So it is the position after reading this one. So this is the real execution after the real execution of Turing machine that will help you to design, to construct the Turing machine. Let's see some other problem, other questions. In the another question, you see here, now your head is reading B symbol from the input tape. So now you want to write F, right? And you want to move your head on the right hand side or right position or right direction. Then clearly you can see here, in place of B, just you should write the transition in this way. B is reading from tape and converted into F, means you are writing F, then the direction is right. You can also write the same thing in this way, this one, B slash F comma R. That means first one is the reading symbol, another one is the writing symbol, and last one is the direction. So you can find here, now this B is your head is reading B from the input tape, and now this B is converted into F. You can find here F, and after that the direction of head will be right. So head will move to the K part, this one. So now you can find here, this is the position after the transition. So this is the basic execution. You can see easily. Now another point is, this is the simple state and transitions. Then you can understand better with the help of this diagram. So simply see the diagram. Simple, if I want to design a transition diagram in finite automata, suppose in this case, this is the situation. You are in state Q1 and you are moving to next state Q2. That means you are in state Q1. After reading A symbol, you are moving to state Q2. So this is the simple way to represent a transition diagram in case of deterministic finite automata. Now, in case of Turing machine, as you know, you can after reading, you can also write in the tape, and after that you must mention the direction of head in each transition. So how can we represent the reading symbol, the writing symbol, and the direction? How can we represent? So the same thing can be represented through the transition diagram in this way. First symbol is used as a write, read, second symbol as a write, and third symbol as a direction. So how can we mention? What does it mean? It means that you are in state Q1. Whenever you read A from the tape, then you write B in place of A, and head will move to the left direction. And now you are in state Q2. Means your state is changed now. So after that, you will start your transition on Q2 state. So this is the simple way to represent the Turing machine. Another example is, suppose you are in state Q1, you are getting input A from the tape, and now A is transformed to the B, and the direction of head will be right. And now you are in state Q2. Means you reach to state Q2 from Q1. So this is the simple way to represent the execution or the transition of Turing machine through the transition diagram, right? So the same thing, same execution, just we can find with the help of the diagram. Suppose you are in Q1 state and you are reading symbol A, right? So after that, the diagram can be represented as you are in state Q1, you are reading A. Now you want to write B in place of this A and move to the right. So that means, how can we write this statement? So A, you are reading. Now A is converted into B, and direction of head will be right. And you are moving to Q2. So next time, what will be the situation of the head? So next time you can find the situation. The situation is, just see here. You are in state Q1, you are reading A, and now A is converted to B. So just see here, A is converted to B. And then you directed as that the direction of head will be right. So it means now you reach to the position Q2 and direction is right. So you see here, in right of this is the C. So you are in C, right? And the state name is Q2. So now your state, you reach to state Q2. So this is the simple execution I show you for the better understanding of execution. So this is the simple way. Now the point is, what about the deterministic as well as non-deterministic? So deterministic means simple. If you are in a particular state, if you are getting any input, then you are moving to a single state, right? Suppose A is a input, you are any state. So simple, you are moving to, after reading this B, A is you are reading, B you are writing, and after that you are moving Q2. Now, if V is there, input symbol is B on state Q1, you are just writing D in place of B, and now the direction is left and you are reaching to state Q3. So there is no confusion is there. That means this is the simple condition of deterministic. Clear? Yes, so see, you are right. In case of DFA, you can move only the right direction. Means in this case of DFA, we assume that the head is restricted, that can move only the right direction. But in case of the Turing machine, head can move left as well as right. So that means you should maintain the record of direction also. Means either you are moving to left or you are moving to right, because here we have the opportunity, right? So this is the simple case of deterministic. Now the same case can be converted in the form of non-deterministic. Just see here, you are in state Q1. After reading A, you are moving to B. You are writing B and you are moving to the right direction. Now you are in state Q2. Fine. After that, the same transition is there. You are reading A and A is replaced by D, means you are writing D in place of A and direction is left. Now you are moving to state Q3. So just see here, suppose you are in state Q1 and you are getting input A. So in this case, your machine will get confused that we should follow this path or we should follow this path. So this type of transition are called non-deterministic transitions. So this type of problems are undecidable problem, unsolvable problems. Clear? And what about the acceptance of particular string? Acceptance input means if machine halt in a final state, means after completing the execution of all the input string, then we are in final state. Suppose Q1, Q0 is the initial state and Q5 is the final state, right? So after executing all the input alphabet, suppose at last you are in Q5 state, that means this particular string is accepted. So simple, this is the case of acceptability. And second one is the rejection. The case of rejection is if machine halt in a non-final state, means your machine halt in Q3. Suppose in this case, Q5 is final, Q0 is initial. So after reading all the input alphabet, your machine halt at Q3. So Q3 is not a final state. So simply this type of string is called rejected string or rejected input. Another one is if machine, important point is, this is the previous case. Important case is if your machine enters an infinite loop, then it is also the case of rejection. You can't say that this is the acceptability case. This is the rejection case actually, because your machine is in infinite loop. So these are the basic guidelines for constructing the Turing machine. So simply, this is the recapping. So Turing machine consists of these 7 tuples. So in this place, you can use blank or hash sign also. This is the blank sign. This is the hash sign. And or you can use this sign, whatever. But preferring this one, B is the blank sign. We will follow this particular sign to represent the blank, right? So these are all tuples that we will discuss already. We have already discussed. Here Q is the finite set of state, input alphabet, tau is the tape symbol, transition function, initial state, blank symbol, and final state. If you have any doubt, any confusion, you can mark capital B in place of this sign, because we will use this sign at the time of constructing Turing machine. Okay. So if you have any doubt in any alphabet, any symbol, any tuple, then please let me know. Okay. Now, how can we write the transition, or how can we design a Turing machine? So just we will see a simple example. So suppose a example is just we have to design a Turing machine for A star. So what does it mean? First, before going to start a Turing machine, we should know about the language that is given to design a Turing machine. In this case, you can find A means there is single A, right? After that, A star. So its meaning is it is the combination, it is the any combination of A including null. That means there are two parts basically. First is the A, another one is any combination of A. Clear? But important point is, you may ask me that in place of writing A star, just write, sir, A star. What's the problem is this? So in this case, the problem is, in this situation, suppose null is there. So null is also the part of A star. But in this case, if this A star is null, then we will find A. At least A, you can say, right? But in this situation, we can find at least null. So this is the difference between these two expressions. So now we can see that A is compulsory, and after that it should be iteration. Clear? Means A is compulsorily achieved initially, then you can find any number of A, or you can find no number of A. Hai na? But A is a single A is compulsorily appear. So how can we design a Turing machine for that type of machine and that type of language? Just see here. You are in state Q0, right? Initial state. And now you are reading A, and just replace A by A, because we don't require to write any other symbol or other mark in place of A. So just you are reading A. So just we are writing A in place of A, no problem at all. And now important point is you are moving to the right direction. Clear? So you are move to the right direction, and new state is the Q1. After that, if you read, for example, this is again A, this is A, right? After ending the string, you can find this blank sign, right? Because it shows that your string ends. So in this situation, suppose one A is there, then it is just read A, and just we are writing A in place of A. So and we are moving to the Q1. In Q1, now you are in this A and you are in state Q1. So in Q1, it may be any combination, as we know, or it may be null also. So if it is any combination, then what we have to do? In this case, just we are reading A, we are writing A and moving to the right hand side. हम right में ही चलते चले जाएंगे, right? And finally we will find here, और हम कहाँ रहेंगे? Q1 पे ही रहेंगे. And finally we will find blank sign. Blank sign means your string is end. So then you are reading blank sign, then mark the blank sign, and the direction of head in this place can be right, can be left, whatever. No problem at all to show the direction. कुछ भी show कर सकते हो आप, left or right. And finally you reached on the final stage. So this is the simple way to construct the Turing machine. Clear? So I think we should start more construction problems tomorrow, and for today I think it is more than sufficient. If you have any doubt, this is the simple execution. Just start with A, and after that you are reading another A, then you are reading another A on loop, then finally you will find the blank and you reach to the final. So this particular string, that is AAA, is accepted by the Turing machine. This is the another example. In this example, B is also given, but you are not designed your machine as per the B input because it is not given to you, right? So you should check your machine whether it is working or not. So in this case, your machine should not be work. So you can check here, your machine will not work because the B transitions are not defined. So in this case, your machine will not halt. So this is the case of rejection basically. So this is the simple way to design the Turing machine. If you have any doubt, please let me know. We will discuss more problems tomorrow. And after that, we will discuss some theoretical part related with the variants of Turing machine. Okay. So if you have any doubt, then please let me know. कोई भी डाउट हो आप पूछ सकते हैं प्लीज. नहीं, चलिए कल हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे आगे. थैंक यू फॉर अटेंडिंग द क्लास. थैंक यू.